Have you ever pondered upon the dichotomy of planning for the future and the inevitability of death? It's a question that stirs deep thoughts, isn't it? A paradox that presents itself to each of us as we navigate through the journey of life. On one hand, we have this innate urge to plan, to prepare for the future, to set goals and strive to achieve them. On the other hand, there's the undeniable reality of death, an eventuality that comes with no warning, no deferment. In the face of this inevitable end, one might wonder, why plan at all? But then, isn't it also said, failing to plan is planning to fail? So how do we reconcile these contrasting concepts? How do we position ourselves in this paradox of planning and the certainty of death? This question becomes even more intriguing when viewed through the lens of faith. If you're someone who follows the Islamic faith, or even if you're just curious about it, you might think about the Islamic perspective on this matter. Does Islam, a religion that places great emphasis on the belief in the afterlife and the transient nature of this world, encourage its followers to plan for the future? And if so, how does it reconcile this with the inevitability of death? Such an exploration not only unravels answers to these questions, but also sheds light on the beautiful balance that Islam maintains between worldly life and the hereafter. It's a journey that takes us deep into the heart of Islamic teachings, enriching our understanding and offering us insights that we can apply in our own lives. So, sit back, ponder, and allow yourself to delve into this intriguing exploration. It's not just about resolving a paradox. It's about discovering a perspective that can potentially enrich the way we navigate our journey through life, making us more mindful of our actions, our plans, and the ultimate reality of our existence. So let's delve into the Islamic perspective on this matter. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, provides guidance on many aspects of life, including planning for the future. In its wisdom, it encourages us to gaze beyond the immediate and consider our ultimate destination. One of the verses that beautifully illustrate this is found in Surah Al-Hashr. In verse 18 of this surah, we find a profound message. It states, "O you who have believed, fear Allah and watch yourselves carefully. And let every soul look to what it has sent ahead for itself. And fear Allah, indeed Allah is subtle in His perception of what you do." This verse serves as a reminder that our actions in this world have consequences in the life to come. It encourages us to be mindful of our deeds and to plan our lives in a way that pleases Allah and prepares us for the day of judgment. This divine guidance calls us to be introspective, to examine our actions and intentions, and to consider how they will affect our standing in the afterlife. It is a call to be proactive, to plan and prepare for our ultimate journey. It's not just about the pursuits of this world, but about preparing for the eternal world that awaits. It's like being on a journey. Imagine you're traveling to a far-off land. Wouldn't you plan your route, pack your essentials, and prepare for the challenges you might face along the way? Similarly, our life is a journey towards the afterlife, and the Quran encourages us to prepare for it diligently and wisely. So when we talk about planning in the context of Islam, it's not just about worldly pursuits, it's about aligning our actions with our ultimate goal, earning Allah's pleasure and preparing for the day of judgment. It's about making choices today that will benefit us in the hereafter. This verse beautifully encapsulates the importance of planning with an eye on the hereafter. It teaches us that planning is not just about achieving worldly success, but about preparing ourselves for our ultimate destiny. It's about living this life in a way that ensures success in the life to come. Hadiths or sayings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also shed light on this topic. As we delve into this realm of wisdom, it's important to remember that the Prophet's teachings provide us with a compass, guiding us through the complexities of life. One such hadith that resonates with our discussion on planning is the one where Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Actions are judged based on intentions." This simple yet profound principle forms the bedrock of Islamic ethics and behavior. But how does this relate to planning for the future, you might ask? Well, it's all about the intention behind the plan. When we decide to do something, it's the why behind it that truly matters. The intention is the seed from which the tree of action grows. When the seed is good, the fruit it bears is likely to be good as well. For instance, if we plan to acquire wealth with the intention of helping the less fortunate, this planning becomes a noble act in itself. The intention here transforms the mundane act of planning into an act of worship, making it pleasing to Allah. On the contrary, if we plan with ill intentions, such as to deceive or harm others, then even if the plan succeeds in worldly terms, it fails in the spiritual realms. It becomes a source of distress in this life and the hereafter. Therefore, when we consider our future plans, we must also consider our intentions. Are we planning to please Allah or to please our own desires? Are we planning to benefit others or to harm them? Are we planning to grow spiritually, or are we focused solely on worldly gains? Remember, every plan we make is like a seed we sow. The harvest we reap in this world and the next is determined by the quality of these seeds. So let's strive to sow seeds of good intentions, for they are the ones that yield the most bountiful harvest. This hadith underscores the importance of aligning our plans with good intentions. By doing so, we not only make our plans more meaningful, but also turn them into a form of worship, a way to draw closer to Allah and a stepping stone towards a better hereafter. But can planning for the future be considered a form of worship in Islam? This question might catch some off guard, but in reality, the concept is deeply rooted in Islamic teachings. Planning, in essence, is a process of thoughtfully preparing for future actions. It's about making decisions today that will shape our tomorrows. When we approach this process with the right intentions, it can indeed become a beautiful act of worship. Why, you ask? Well, planning with the right intentions demonstrates our submission to Allah's will. It's a testament to our belief in His divine wisdom and our trust in His plans. We acknowledge that while we strive for a certain outcome, the final result is always in Allah's hands. This humble submission is a fundamental part of our faith. Moreover, planning helps us make the most of our time in this world. Time is one of the most precious gifts Allah has bestowed upon us. It's a finite resource, and once it's gone, it can never be reclaimed. Therefore, using it wisely is not just a smart strategy, it's a religious obligation. By setting goals and making plans, we're taking active steps to utilize our time productively. We're not just aimlessly wandering through life, instead we're purposefully navigating our journey, guided by our aspirations and values. We're striving to fulfill our potential, to contribute positively to the world, and most importantly, to please Allah. However, let's not forget that the key here is the right intentions. Intentions in Islam, known as niyyah, play a crucial role. Planning to do good, to contribute to society, to grow spiritually. These are all plans that resonate with the teachings of Islam. So remember, when you're setting your goals or mapping out your plans, align them with your faith. Make sure they're infused with the right intentions. That's when planning transcends from being a mere cognitive process to becoming a meaningful act of worship. Indeed, planning can become an act of worship when it is done with the right intentions. How does planning for the future help us prepare for the afterlife? This question paves the way to a profound discussion. The actions we take today, the choices we make, they all have an impact on our eternal journey. By making good choices in this life, we can enhance our chances of attaining paradise. This is where planning comes into play. Imagine planning our time to engage in activities that are pleasing to the Creator, such as prayer, acquiring knowledge about our faith, and extending a helping hand to others. Picture ourselves making a conscious effort to shun sinful actions like dishonesty, deception, and theft. All of this can be achieved through careful planning. So, you see, planning isn't just about organizing our earthly lives, it's about preparing for our eternal existence. It's about ensuring our actions today lead us to a better tomorrow in the hereafter. Planning, hence, serves as an essential tool in preparing for our ultimate journey to the afterlife. So, is it permissible and beneficial to plan for the future in Islam, despite the certainty of death? We have journeyed through the Quranic verses and hadiths that guide us on this matter. We have seen that not only is planning for the future permissible in Islam, it is also encouraged. Our actions in this world have consequences in the hereafter, reminding us of the importance of planning our lives in a way that pleases Allah and prepares us for the Day of Judgment. We've learned that our intentions play a crucial role in our actions. When we plan with good intentions, such as seeking the pleasure of Allah and benefiting others, our actions are more likely to be rewarded. Planning, when done with the right intention, becomes a form of worship, demonstrating our submission to Allah's will. Remember, our plans should always be aligned with the teachings of Islam and aim to please Allah and prepare us for the hereafter.